Hollywood is known for glamour, red carpets, and billion-dollar celebrity mansions, but behind these luxurious walls lie secrets that were never meant to be uncovered. Some of these homes are linked to tragic deaths, violent pasts, and disturbing paranormal activity, stories so dark that even Hollywood tried to bury them. From celebrities who claim to see shadow figures walking through their hallways, to mansions where unexplained screams, footsteps, and cold whispers were reported in the middle of the night, these places are far from normal. In this video, we are exposing 10 haunted celebrity mansions Hollywood never wanted you to see, properties owned by the world's biggest stars, yet feared by those who lived inside them. Some celebrities abandoned these homes overnight, some refused to ever speak about what they experienced, and others believe something still follows them long after they moved out. So if you think fame and money can protect you from the supernatural, watch this video till the very end, because the final mansion might completely change how you see Hollywood forever. Number 10. Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch was meant to be a paradise, a private amusement park built to heal a damaged childhood. But behind the colorful rides and fairy tale gates, many believe Neverland carried a much darker energy. Before Jackson ever bought the property, the land reportedly witnessed tragic accidents and unexplained deaths. Staff members later claimed the ranch never felt empty, even on quiet nights. Security guards reported seeing shadowy figures moving near the abandoned rides after midnight. Some said lights inside closed buildings would turn on by themselves, only to shut off moments later. Former employees described hearing faint children's laughter echoing through the property long after Neverland was abandoned. Others spoke of cold spots appearing suddenly, even during warm California nights. One caretaker allegedly quit after claiming he saw a small figure standing near the Ferris wheel, a figure that vanished when approached. After Michael Jackson left Neverland for good, the ranch fell into eerie silence. Yet locals insist the property never truly rested. Visitors reported a heavy, emotional atmosphere, as if the land itself was holding on to decades of pain, fame, and sorrow. To this day, Neverland Ranch remains one of the most unsettling celebrity properties in history, a place once filled with dreams, now whispered about as quietly cursed. Number 9. Nicolas Cage's LaLaurie Mansion. In New Orleans stands one of America's most infamous haunted houses, the LaLaurie Mansion. When actor Nicolas Cage purchased the mansion in 2007, many believed he had made a terrible mistake. The house was once owned by Madame Delphine LaLaurie, a socialite later exposed for unspeakable crimes against enslaved people in the 1800s. When authorities entered the mansion, they discovered horrifying scenes that shocked the entire nation. Since then, the house earned a reputation as one of the most haunted locations in the United States. After Cage moved in, neighbors claimed activity around the mansion increased. People reported screams coming from inside late at night, despite the house appearing empty. Locals spoke of shadow figures seen through the windows and a sense of dread felt when passing by the property. Cage himself never stayed long. Soon after buying the mansion, his life began to spiral. Financial trouble, legal issues, and personal setbacks followed. Many paranormal believers insist the house brought misfortune to anyone who owned it. Eventually, Nicolas Cage lost the mansion due to financial collapse. To this day, locals claim the spirits of LaLaurie Mansion were never satisfied, and that Hollywood learned the hard way why some doors should never be opened. Number 8. Britney Spears' Louisiana Plantation Mansion. At the height of her fame, Britney Spears purchased a massive plantation-style mansion in Louisiana, hoping to escape Hollywood pressure. But the land she chose had a violent past that many believe never let her rest. The mansion was built on former plantation grounds, a place historically linked to suffering, forced labor, and death. Locals warned that the land was heavy, but those warnings were ignored. Soon after moving in, Britney reportedly became paranoid and emotionally distressed, claiming she felt watched even when alone. Staff members whispered about doors opening on their own and unexplained footsteps echoing through empty hallways. One former housekeeper claimed she heard crying sounds coming from a locked room late at night, sounds that stopped the moment she entered. Brittany's behavior became increasingly erratic during this time. Paranormal researchers later suggested the land's dark history may have amplified emotional instability rather than caused it, but many believe the mansion fed off fear and vulnerability. Eventually, Brittany abandoned the property. Today, the mansion stands as another reminder that no amount of fame can erase the trauma embedded in the ground beneath your feet. Number 7. Marilyn Monroe's Brentwood Home. Marilyn Monroe's final home in Brentwood, Los Angeles, appears peaceful from the outside. White walls, quiet streets, California sunshine. But inside, many believe time never truly moved on. Marilyn purchased the home shortly before her mysterious death in 1962. Just weeks later, she was found lifeless inside one of its bedrooms, a tragedy that remains surrounded by unanswered questions. Since then, multiple owners and neighbors have reported disturbing encounters. Late-night whispers, the faint scent of perfume, and soft crying sounds have been reported coming from the house. One resident claimed to see a blonde figure standing near the window, staring into the garden before vanishing. Paranormal investigators believe Marilyn's spirit never found peace. Her life was filled with loneliness, manipulation, and pressure, emotions that many say still linger within the walls. Even decades later, the Brentwood home carries an emotional chill. Some believe Marilyn never truly left, trapped between the fame that defined her life and the silence that followed her death. Number 6. Elvis Presley's Graceland Mansion. Graceland is one of the most famous homes in the world, a symbol of Elvis Presley's legacy. But behind its grand halls and velvet curtains lies an atmosphere many describe as deeply unsettling. Even today, employees claim Graceland never truly sleeps. Before Elvis's death in 1977, close friends noticed strange changes in his behavior. He reportedly complained about seeing figures standing at the end of hallways late at night. Sometimes he refused to sleep in certain rooms, claiming the air felt heavy and difficult to breathe. Security staff later confirmed hearing unexplained footsteps moving between rooms when the mansion was supposed to be empty. After Elvis was found dead in his bathroom, the mansion's energy reportedly changed. Tour guides have claimed to see a shadowy silhouette resembling Elvis near the staircase, often dressed in white. Visitors have reported sudden cold chills, dizziness, and emotional heaviness during tours. Some cameras and electronic devices stopped working without explanation inside specific rooms. One longtime employee claimed he once heard piano music playing softly after closing hours, despite the piano being locked and untouched. Another guard described seeing a man's reflection in a mirror behind him, only to turn around and find no one there. Many believe Elvis's soul never left Graceland, tied forever to the place that gave him everything, and ultimately took everything away. Fame may have made him immortal, but Graceland may have made him a prisoner. Number 5. Al Capone's Miami Beach Mansion. Although Al Capone was not a Hollywood celebrity, his Miami Beach mansion became infamous among stars, producers, and wealthy elites who later rented the property, and many of them reported terrifying experiences. Capone spent his final years in the mansion, suffering from paranoia, hallucinations, and mental decline caused by untreated illness. He often screamed about seeing the ghosts of men he had murdered, especially one named James Clark, whose presence he claimed followed him relentlessly. After Capone's death, new residents reported hearing violent arguments echoing through empty rooms. Doors slammed without warning. Furniture moved on its own. One guest claimed to see blood-like stains appearing briefly on bathroom walls before vanishing. Celebrities who later stayed at the mansion reportedly left early, refusing to spend the night. Paranormal investigators believe Capone's intense guilt and violent history imprinted itself onto the property, creating a loop of fear and aggression. Today, The mansion remains one of the most feared luxury homes in Miami. Many believe it carries the emotional scars of a man haunted by his own crimes, and that the spirits he feared never truly left him alone. Number 4. Jane Mansfield's Pink Palace. Jane Mansfield's famous Beverly Hills mansion, known as the Pink Palace, was more than just a glamorous celebrity home. For decades, it has been surrounded by disturbing rumors that Hollywood insiders rarely talk about. Mansfield was openly fascinated by the occult and reportedly practiced dark rituals inside the mansion. Close friends claimed she had a hidden room dedicated to spiritual experiments and seances. Guests who stayed overnight often complained about an overwhelming sense of fear, as if they were being watched. Several staff members reported sudden temperature drops in specific rooms, even during hot California summers. Mirrors inside the house were said to distort reflections, making people feel disoriented and uneasy. Some guests claimed to hear a woman whispering their name when no one else was present. After Jane Mansfield's tragic and violent death in 1967, the mansion's atmosphere allegedly grew even darker. Neighbors reported hearing screams and loud crashes coming from the empty house late at night. Paranormal investigators believe the intense emotional energy tied to Mansfield's life and death became permanently embedded in the property. To this day, the Pink Palace is considered one of Hollywood's most cursed celebrity mansions, a place where fame, obsession, and darkness collided. Number 3. Johnny Depp's Hollywood Hills Mansion. Johnny Depp purchased his Hollywood Hills mansion seeking privacy and creative escape. Instead, he reportedly encountered an environment that fueled isolation and fear. According to people close to Depp, he often felt uneasy inside the house, especially at night. He claimed to hear unexplained footsteps echoing through empty hallways, even when security confirmed no one else was inside. Lights would turn on and off without reason, and certain rooms felt emotionally suffocating. One caretaker reported seeing a tall shadow figure standing near the staircase late at night. When approached, the figure vanished instantly. Security cameras frequently malfunctioned in the same areas where strange activity was reported. During this period, Depp's personal life began to unravel. Paranormal researchers suggest the house's oppressive atmosphere intensified his emotional struggles rather than causing them directly. Regardless, the connection between the mansion and his mental decline remains unsettling. Eventually, Depp sold the property. However, neighbors still report faint music and whispered voices coming from the house after midnight. Many believe the mansion remains haunted, a silent witness to a dark chapter in a Hollywood legend's life.